Good morning, you guys. I can't seem to get this video done, but I'm going to do it because I just remembered it about an hour ago. I woke up about 2 o'clock this morning, but I went back to sleep and I didn't remember the experience I had until when I woke up again about an hour ago, okay? Um, I had a dream that I guess it was a dream. It felt so real. Sherry used to call me sometimes, like back in the day, before Myra. She'd call me sometimes 1 to 12 o'clock at night. Um, and I'd answer a lot of the times because I know that, um, it was something that she wanted to say, or if I didn't have to work that next morning or something, like if it was the weekend or something, I answer. But I had a pretty strict schedule. But back in the day, we would talk for a few times a day or late night. And so, like I said, this conversation, it took place. It was like I was in this house. It was like 1, 2 in the morning, and or late 12. It was after my bedtime. I know I was sleepy. I know she called me, and or I was about to wind down or something. I don't think I was already asleep. It answered the phone, and she said, "Lash, you're not gonna believe this," or "Lash, I gotta tell you this." So she was talking, and when I was having this conversation with her on the phone, this thing felt so real to me. Okay, so she's talking, and I know she mentioned something about 4th of July, and I knew, like I said, as in previous times, her mind was turning, or she found something out, and she said such and such and such and such and such, and the 4th of July, and during the conversation, like she do a lot of times, she said, "Andy, give me this or hand me this or this or that." And I heard him in the background saying something there, like, "Okay, what you want me to do?" Or, "Okay, I got it," or whatever his response was. I just knew that he responded to her because she asked him something. And many of the times when we were on the phone, he'll come and say hi, like, "Lash, tell Andy hi," or "Andy, tell Lash hi," or whatever. So, like I said, I know he was in the background, and he was. I don't think we spoke um, this time to each other, but I know that he was in the background, and I knew that he knew that she was on the phone with me, and so I heard him say, "Okay, Sherry, whatever, whatever, whatever." Not in a mean way, but just whatever she asked him to do or said to him, he responded. And she went back to, talking about what she was talking about. And I remember she was very excited, something about the 4th of July. And then in my mind, in this dream or experience or whatever, I said, "Oh my God." I, I was thinking to myself, I haven't talked to Andy, which I haven't in real life in a couple weeks. And I said, I haven't talked to Andy because Sherry's not dead. Like, I'm on the phone with her. And I guess I woke up out of it or whatever. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was confused. I was crying. I wanted to, my heart skipped a beat. You couldn't tell me that this thing was not real, that I did not talk to her. Okay? When I realized that, I said, I'm thinking to myself, I haven't talked to Andy because we talked a lot more after her, passing. He said it helped him, of course, to cope or whatever. He's mourning, whatever. But in this experience that I had, I said, I'm talking to Sherry. That's why I haven't talked to Andy, because she's alive. She's not dead. Man, I don't know. I guess I was still sleeping, But I know I had that realization, and I don't know what I was. I was confused. I was taken aback. And I'm not sure why I had this dream. I told you guys I wanted to make a video about her. Um, I I haven't been able to quite. I didn't know how to bring it because, um, you know, I love her to death, unto death. Okay, and she has family that's still mourning. It's nothing bad, but I just don't know how to talk about her. You know, I know how to talk about her, but I'm very mindful of how I want to say. I'm very too mindful, I guess, enough not to make the video, because I know she still has family members and stuff that are, grieving her, and I don't want to bring up anything that would make them mourn her. They might be happy, like I'm happy, but in it, to sum it all up, I made a realization that Sherry really, really, really pressed towards the prize of the high, pressed towards the mark for the prize of the high calling. And I had no idea how much she sacrificed. When it says to walk in the spirit and not in the flesh, I knew she did. But when it came to delivering teachings and making videos, I had no idea how much she separated her flesh in order to do the work of the Lord and deliver it to you guys, all of us. I had no idea that she really pressed. Okay, you wouldn't. I didn't know. I didn't know, and that's my twin. I didn't know. It was so effortless, and it was, to me, it's a sign of her spiritual maturity, her wisdom. Because if I could say what I want to say, you'd be like, ain't no way. There's no way that she was able to deliver and work for the Lord. This is how you really know she was super passionate about it, to say the very least. And this is how you know the Lord really was working through her, because you would not be able to do a lot of the things that she did, comforting other people, trying to help them, trying to get them out of condemnation. Like I said, I could say so much, but you had to know that it had to have been the Holy Spirit really working through her for her to deliver this after me knowing what I know. And me and Sherry, she had, the Lord gave her, and in this video, the Lord, when I was like, Sherry, you should really do a YouTube channel. I think Amanda Christian was encouraging too, because Sherry would be in the comments. She would go in the comments out of our videos, other people's videos. She'd see people reaching out for help or, encouragement. She'd go down there and she'd peck with her one finger and her all caps letters, and she'd just write a whole paragraph of what she wanted to say, trying to relay what she wanted to say to them. And you said, well, you might as well just do videos, And she took it so seriously. She didn't want to be outside of the will of God. She didn't want to do something in her own flesh. This is why she called her channel Jesus's Channel. This thing, know what I know now, things just mean so much more to me. I realized so much more. So she called the channel Jesus's Channel, and one night she did call me in real life, and I maybe this is part of the reason why I had this experience. I was winding down and the Lord knows, because I don't want to be out of order or do anything. I just very careful, okay, when it comes to making videos, okay. Even though this is my dearly beloved sister, my twin, okay. Love her. Anyway, I'm a little choked up, but this is funny, okay? Just give me a second. So anyway, I miss her so much. So anyway, she called me one night and I was, winding down, getting ready, going to the bathroom to get ready to go to bed. And I'm in the bathroom. No, this is TMI, but, and she said, Lash, it was late night, so she must have been really deliberating whether or not she wanted to tell me this or not, or she was really just thinking on it. Maybe she was shocked. I don't know. She said, Lash, last night I had a dream, and she rarely dreams. She said, the Lord gave me a license. And I said, what? She said, the Lord gave me the license to teach, like to go ahead with the YouTube channel, to make the YouTube. Because even though we suggested it to her, she wanted to seek the Lord for the answer and the right to do it. So in the dream, he gave her her license. Okay? She knows how to drive in real life. So she got her license to teach, to have the YouTube channel. And she said, man, and she started, I don't want to say she started wanting to doubt, but she was saying, man, I guess she was shocked. And at that very moment, she said, I said, well, Sheriff, you got your license to teach, go ahead. I know. She said, oh my gosh, my right hand's heating up. This is the work of the Holy Spirit. When the Lord is trying to prompt you, to let you know something's right, he's giving you revelation. She felt it in her hand, and I feel it in my eye. So I'm talking to her, and I don't want her to talk herself out of it. And at that very moment, in the middle of our conversation, my right eye just went. I saw this big blue open vision. It was like almost like a light was coming out of my eye, because I felt it physically in my eye, my right eye. And it was like a big blue spark, like the Lord was saying, tell her. And I had to, because it almost, I'm not going to say it hurt me, but I felt that thing so physically. This was the strongest thing. It was the strongest prompting of the Holy Spirit. And maybe one, well, it was the strongest with my eye. I just I said, Sherry, stop. My eye, the Lord took out my right eye just so you could get your confirmation again that the channel, you're supposed to have this channel. You had the dream, your right hand's heating up as you're talking to me, and the Lord took my eye out. And this means you're supposed to have the channel, okay? Oh my God. And it was strong, because me and her were talking, and we were all, I was excited, but then, I was excited, but I was tired too. And I said, girl, if you don't start this channel, Lord, about to take my eye out, it's time for me to go to bed. And we talked for a little bit longer. And she hung up, and I don't know what she did the rest of the night. Maybe she started getting to work right then and there. But just to reassure you that she really took it seriously. And I want to share this with you guys. I have no idea what to think about it, but oh boy, 4th of July. I wonder, keep a lookout. If you guys don't know, there has been a simulation similar to Event 201 before the pandemic. And I don't know if you've seen it, but look it up, about some type of biological thing that happens that affects the animals, and I think maybe the food, or some humans, the animals and some humans, and they were simulating that this thing would take place on the 4th of July. Okay, that's the only thing I can tell you. The 4th of July. This was what the simulation was about, and this is the only thing that I could think about that maybe she was trying to tell me in this experience that I had. Okay? That's it. You guys be prayerful. And I'm glad I kind of got through this. Just had to share this experience with you guys. You guys have a good day.